When you hire the right agent, you're not just paying a fee, you're investing in a better process, a stronger strategy, and often a better result. And I want to talk about the cost of hiring a real estate agent. This is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty. And I understand what some sellers think. They look at the commission and they start to think, well, that's kind of expensive. And I understand that. Selling a home is a major financial decision. Every dollar matters, and a seller should absolutely pay attention to the cost of the services that they're using. But here's the one question I would really ask you. Is the investment you make in the right agent worth more than the cost? In many cases, I think you would agree the answer is yes. Because when you hire me, you're not just hiring somebody who puts the house in the MLS. You're not just hiring somebody who puts a sign in the yard or someone who's there just to unlock the door. You're hiring a process. You're hiring a pricing strategy. You're hiring great market analysis. You're hiring negotiation, tons of negotiation experience, and you're hiring somebody who's a problem solver. So you're hiring somebody who's going to protect your time, your equity, and ultimately your outcome. My goal isn't just to get your home sold. My goal is to help you sell it in a way that's easier, more informed, maybe a little less stressful, and has strong financial ability to keep your integrity of your pricing. And that begins long before we even go active with your listing in the MLS. We want to collectively look at the MLS data. We want to look at the sold comps. We want to look at what your active competition is. And we want to look at what buyer expectations are and talk about repairs and preparation of the property. And we want to create a strategy to list your house instead of just putting it in the MLS. And this matters because the decisions made before listing can really determine the quality of the result after the listing. Then we're going to move into marketing, and professional presentation matters, and that includes photos and descriptions and exposing the property, not just online, but online to the correct qualified buyers, getting the word out on social media, and really actually connecting with those buyers and following up to see how interested they really are in the property. The more qualified attention we create, the better chance we have of producing a strong outcome. Then we manage the response. How many people are viewing the home, and how many showings are we getting, and what are buyers noticing, and what's their feedback of the property, and are we getting objections to why we're not getting home sold or your home sold, and is the market responding the way we are expecting? And that feedback isn't just ignored, it's really used, and it's used when it comes to negotiation, and it's used when that negotiation experience really matters. We want to be sure that you are accepting the cleanest offer. The buyer with the better financing might be safer. The offer with fewer risks might be more valuable. We want to look at the timelines. How do they encompass what you're trying to accomplish? And in many ways, this is the details that matter most. Things like inspections, appraisals, lender condition, requested repairs. A transaction can fall apart in many places if it's not managed correctly. So when people only talk about the commission, they're often overlooking the cost of the value. The wrong representation can cost you a ton of money, and the right representation can really help you protect your money. The wrong strategy can leave a lot of equity on the table, and the right strategy can help you capture more of it. And that wrong process can also create delays and stress and a lot of frustration. The right process can make you feel safe and feel like you're in control of your transaction, because my job is to bring a system to the table. A system that helps you prepare, a system that helps you price, a system that helps you on the market and helps you negotiate, and ultimately a system that helps you get to closing with the largest amount of equity in your pocket. And most importantly, a system that keeps you informed throughout the process. Now, this is Jason Valentine with Coldwell Banker High Desert Realty, and I hope today's video showed you that it's more than just about a commission. It's really about how you manage the process of pre-marketing, exposure, transaction management, and ultimately the things that are going to put more money back into your pocket. If you want to get a hold of me, you can give me a call. The office phone number is 505-863-4363. Feel free to reach out to me on the cell phone. That's 575-496-1068. or you can just click on the link. There's a link up in the description on this video where you can just book a one-on-one confidential consult with me, and I'll give you some details about what we can do on your house. So anyway, your real estate agent should be more than just a cost. They should be bringing you value, a lot more value than the cost that they're actually charging you. And if they're not, maybe you got to be looking at a new agent. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.